What's going on, guys? Kaz Cray back with another Baltimore State Dynasty video, and this week the Stallions are going to be playing host to the UTEP Miners. And the Miners are definitely going to be looking for revenge in this one. They lost bad last season, 63-17 at home. But with Baltimore State being the better team on paper and coming off two big wins in a row, I don't know, it might be tough for the Miners to really compete in this one. Baltimore State definitely the better team on paper. And with all the momentum they're riding right now, I think they should make short work of UTEP. We'll have to see. That's why we play the game. But the Stallions look to go up to 5-1 as we get set for kickoff. Baltimore State wins the toss. They're going to kick this one off to start the game. Aaron Manley with the kick, and here we go. As this one heads to the end zone, and Terry Janelle is just going to kneel it. So the Miners will start with the ball at the 25-yard line, and out comes Ryan Metz, the senior quarterback, looking to get his first victory against Baltimore State in 3 tries as his first pass goes flying across the middle of the field, incomplete. That brings up a 2nd and 10. 2 receivers to the right side for the Miners as Metz drops back again, throws right side, and it's complete to Terry Janelle for a 7-yard gain. Brings up a 3rd and 3. 2 receivers to the left, bunched in as Metz throws over the middle to Warren Redix, or Redix that is. 5-yard gain and the first down for the Miners. And converting those 3rd downs are definitely going to be big for the Miners if they want to stay in this game, as Metz goes left side to Senegal. Eddie Senegal gets a 7-yard gain in the play. Brings up a 2nd and 3. Metz drops back under pressure, gets it out quickly to Thomas, and Thomas breaks the tackle. Gets to about midfield, a 7-yard gain in the first down. As the Miners looking pretty good in this drive so far, but now they have another 3rd down. 4 receivers, 1 tight end. And here's Metz. He goes left side, and he finds a wide open Terry Janelle. Janelle breaks a few tackles. He's out to the 20 and pushed out at about the 15-yard line. A 34-yard gain. As Janelle just puts a good move on Patrick Suttle, and Suttle caught out of position. And that opens Janelle up to cut up field, and he breaks a few tackles and gets a very big gain for the Miners. Now they're deep in field goal range in the red zone. They did lose 5 yards on a false start, though, so now it's a 2nd and 15. Handoff up the middle to Trayvon Hughes. I believe that's his first carry of the game, his first substantial carry of the game, 2nd of the game overall. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Pistol, Metz going to hand off to Hughes again. Hughes breaks a tackle, a few broken tackles, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown as Trayvon Hughes just dominates the Baltimore State defense on that play. So now a 7-0 lead for UTEP as Franklin Jones and company come out on 1st and 10. Fakes the reverse to Johnson, and Jones going to go right side and finds Griffin at the 40, and Griffin gets out to about the 44-yard line on the catch. 26-yard gain. And now a new set of downs. It's 2nd and 11 after a 1-yard loss. Jones on a handoff to Josh Seymour, who had a great game last week against Rice. Only gets 2 on that carry. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. 3 receivers to the left side. Jones in the shotgun as he drops back and almost intercepted, but caught by Javier Harewood. Harewood able to get up just shy of the 40, and that's going to bring up a new set of downs, but now a 3rd and 10. Jones on the fake, but he's rushed and he fumbles it after being sacked, but it's picked up by a lineman. The play was actually reversed. It wasn't actually a fumble, but Baltimore State still had to punt it. So now 1st and 10, Metz back to pass, goes left side to Thomas. Thomas gains about 7 on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. And Metz going to hand it off to Hughes on the draw play. He breaks the tackle and is able to get the first down on a 6-yard carry. So now 1st and 10 for the Miners. 4 receivers all bunched up near the line. As Metz drops back, he's going to scramble this time. He does have a lot of speed if you remember from the past 2 seasons. And he gets an 8-yard gain in that play. So now 2nd and 2 as Senegal moves inside. Here's Metz. Goes left side to a wide open Terry Janelle. Janelle breaks the tackle, and he has space up the left side up to the 50, and he's going to be pushed out at about the 44-yard line. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to be a clipping call against UTEP, so that's not going to stand as Warren Redix gets called for clipping. And now the Miners back 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6 now. Mets back to pass, under pressure, and he's brought down for a sack. Isaiah Kegler got there, and that's a loss of 6. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 now. Mets drops back, under pressure. He has to get rid of it, and it's swatted away. And now UTEP will have to punt it away. Over a minute to go in the first quarter as Peoples moves to the left side for Baltimore State. Handoff left side to Seymour. Seymour has space. I don't know where his speed's at, but he's brought down at about the 39-yard line. Seymour's just really getting worn out having to return kicks as well. Baltimore State might have to get a new kick returner, to be honest with you. As Jones with a read option, he's going to take the ball and get up to about the 5-yard line. We've been seeing Jones run a lot of read option lately and actually run with the football. Not very fast, but he is a smart runner usually, but not here. As he runs right into Josh Seymour, and that's going to count as a sack, and that's going to bring an end to the first quarter. UTEP surprisingly up 7-0 as we head into the second quarter. Baltimore State, after a freak second down accident, now faces a 3rd and 11 as we begin the second quarter. Baltimore State runs a receiver screen to Harold, but that goes nowhere, loses 2, and Baltimore State will have to punt it away now. Pretty good punt by Aaron Manley, and we do get some news. Antoine Tracy, the fullback, is going to be out for the game with a back injury. So Tommy Peoples will be replacing him as Trayvon Hughes up the middle. And nobody's going to catch him. It doesn't look like Brad Brown there, but can't get it. I don't know what he was trying to do. He should have just dove for him. But instead, Hughes with a huge touchdown run, 94 yards to the house, and UTEP now up by 2 scores just like that as we go to a studio update. Currently, number 2 Penn State is losing to Nebraska 13-7 as Nebraska is trying to get into the top 25 with a big win over the number 2 team in the nation. 14-0 UTEP as Baltimore State returns this one. Seymour up the right side, out past the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. A 42-yard return on the play. And now Baltimore State in business is 2nd and 6. Jones on the play fake to Reed. Looking downfield, throwing deep, and he's intercepted by Rogers. Just not a smart throw by Franklin Jones at all, and he paid the price for it. Just not a very good decision at all. An even worse throw, and easy interception for UTEP. So now the Miners look to make this a 3-score game. Here's a handoff to Hughes up the middle. Hughes with plenty of space, but this time no touchdown. But he does get an 18-yard gain, which is pretty good. 6 carries, 139 yards so far in the game. Now 1st and 10, another handoff to Hughes. This time he's blown up in the backfield. A great play by Dwight Patrick, going to bring up a 2nd and 15 now. Some motion to the left. Here's Metz. Going to go over the middle, incomplete. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 now as they have 4 wide tight again. Metz back to pass, only 4 rushing, and he's sacked. A great job by the Baltimore State defensive line as Russell Sands gets there for a sack, and the Miners have to punt it. Now Baltimore State football, it's a 2nd and 8. Jones under pressure, and he's sacked. Baltimore State's offensive line just being overwhelmed by Jalen Veasley and the rest of the UTEP defense. So now 3rd and 18, Jones hit as he throws this one, and nearly intercepted by Michael Lewis. And that's going to be another Baltimore State punt as their offense just cannot get going at all. So now 1st and 10 UTEP. Metz trying to run it, and he's sacked now. Kevin Hodges on the sack, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 14. It's turning into a sack clinic so far in the second quarter. As Metz drops back, he tries to run it again, and he's sacked again. And that's Hodges again, just in the right place at the right time. 2 plays in a row. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 17. Metz back to pass. He goes right side, finds Thomas, but Thomas is tackled well short of the first down marker by Isaiah Kegler. And UTEP will have to kick it away again. And decent punt to the left side. Seymour just going to let it bounce, actually, and it goes out at about the 3-yard line. Not a good decision by Seymour to let that bounce. And now Baltimore State in the shadow of their own goalpost as Seymour takes the carry up the right side, up to the 10, and he's going to be stopped at about the 12-yard line after a 10-yard gain. Now it's going to be 2nd and short. 2 tight ends in the set. Jones with the fake. He's under pressure again and sacked again. Baltimore State might just have to throw these play-action plays away because Jones clearly isn't getting the protection he needs normally, and Play action just allows the D-line to get there even sooner. As Jones goes to Rayshon Griffin over the middle, and Griffin able to get the first down. Just barely, but he gets it. So now 1st and 10. Jones back to pass. Goes right side, finds Harewood. Harewood up to about the 31-yard line before he's pushed out. A 19-yard gain, and Baltimore State's offense is starting to come alive a little bit, it looks like. Under 2 minutes to go. Here's Jones. He's going to go right side to a wide-open Harewood again, and Harewood down to about the 47, 48, we'll say. Just shy of the midfield now. 1st and 10. Jones goes left side to a wide-open Rayshon Griffin, who's hit hard after a 4-yard gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6 as Baltimore State now just inside UTEP territory. Jones going to scramble right. He could try to run for it, but I don't know how smart that would be. Throws it up and swatted away. Probably could have been picked off by Nick Needham, but instead he just bats the ball away. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 6. 3 receivers to the left side. Jones drops back. He runs out of time. He's hit as he throws and incomplete. And Baltimore State will have to punt it away. UTEP just runs the clock out, and that's going to bring it into the first half. 14-0 UTEP leads. We'll be back with the second half of football in just a moment. You talk about playing down to your opponents. This is what you mean. Baltimore State down 14-0 at the half to what I would say is a pretty inferior UTEP team. And Baltimore State just not able to really move the football offensively. They did show flashes on the last drive of the second quarter, but for the most part, Franklin Jones has been getting beat up all game, and that is why the score is the way it is. Baltimore State will get the ball to start the second half, and they get a chance to finally show they can protect Franklin Jones. But 1st and 10, they're going to hand off to Seymour, and Josh Seymour goes absolutely nowhere, loses 3 yards on the play. It's probably not a very good play call, to be honest with you, as there was no blocking on that side, really. And now it's 2nd and 13. Jones goes left side, looking deep and nearly intercepted. Jadarius Duncan couldn't make the catch, and it was swatted away. Definitely could have been picked there, but now it's a 3rd and 13. Jones back to pass. Looks over the middle, and a diving catch by Rayshon Griffin. Just enough for the first down, his 4th catch of the game. Now it's going to bring up a 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the left side. Jones back to pass. Over the middle again. This time he finds Jadarius Duncan. And that's actually Duncan's 1st catch of the game, believe it or not. And that's probably part of the reason the Stallions are losing this game. They haven't really got it to their offensive playmaker. But they do this time, and it brings up another 1st down. Now it's a 2nd and 10. Jones back to pass. He throws as he's hit, and he finds Tommy Peoples, the fullback, and he is cracked after a 7-yard gain. Going to bring out a 3rd and 3. Baltimore State with 2 tight ends in a strong I formation. A pitch to Seymour. Kind of hesitates. He might pay the price for that. No, he gets the first down. 6 yards on the play. And another set of downs for Baltimore State. Seymour have been pretty quiet so far in this game. They just got to get him the ball more. That's all I can really say. Now 1st and 10. Jones rolls right, throws right side, finds Harewood. Harewood down to about the 18-yard line on the catch. That's his 5th of the game, and that puts Baltimore State in the red zone for the first time in the game. 2nd and 10. Read option, hand off to Seymour up the left side. He has space, gets to the 5, and he's able to get in there for a touchdown. And finally, after 2.5 quarters, the Stallions are on the board. Now 14-7 as UTEP takes over. It's a 2nd and 9. Mets back to pass. Goes right side, finds Thomas, and Thomas down after about a 6-yard gain. Going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Here's Metz. Hand off to Hughes. He reverses field, and he's able to get the first down. A 5-yard gain in the play.
Gain of 5 yards.
So now it's going to be a 1st and 10. Pistol formation for Metz as he hands it off to Hughes up the middle. And Hughes able to get another first down after a 12-yard gain. Baltimore State really struggling to stop the run in this game. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10. Metz in the pistol again, hands it off to Hughes, and Hughes with a big hole up the left side, able to get up to about the 34 of Baltimore State, an 18-yard gain, and a new set of downs. Now it's a 2nd and 10. There's Metz back to pass. He throws left side, and he finds Thomas, and Thomas is out to about the 15-yard line, a new set of downs for the Miners yet again. Tight end in motion on 1st and 10. Mets under pressure and sacked by Isaiah Kegler, who came on the blitz. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 17. And Mets hands it off to Hughes left side, and Hughes goes nowhere. Gets about a yard, but that's about it. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 16. Baltimore State needs to stop right here. Here's Mets. Throws left side, caught by Boateng, and Kofi Boateng well short of the 1st down marker, and the Miners left to kick a field goal. They make it, so now it's a 17-7 game. We go back to the Nebraska-Penn State game. Nebraska with a 7-point lead as we head into the 4th quarter. And Penn State trying to avoid the upset. But back to our game now, 2nd and 7. Jones on a play fake. Throws it to Griffin immediately as the blitz came in, and Griffin fights forward for a 1st down. Griffin's been really reliable in this game so far. 5 catches, 62 yards. And 2nd and 10, Jones under pressure, gets it away quickly to Griffin again. Griffin shakes off a tackler, able to get a 1st down and across the 50-yard line. And a new set of downs for Baltimore State. Now it's a 2nd and 8. Handoff up the middle to Seymour, and he's able to fight forward for about 5 yards. 3rd and 3. 2 tight ends on the field for Baltimore State. Here's Jones under pressure, scrambles right, throws it, and he's intercepted by Stephen Forrester. And that was just another bad decision by Jones. Forrester's down to about the 43-yard line. And Jones right there was looking for Shelton Bentley, just underthrew it, threw it off balance, and that really is the reason the ball didn't go where he wanted it to go. So not really a bad decision, just a really bad throw. 1st and 10. Mets back to pass under pressure again. Gets it away this time. And Eddie Senegal inside the 30-yard line. And that's going to bring it into the 3rd quarter. UTEP up 17-7 deep in Baltimore State territory as they look to pull off a huge upset. Up by 2 scores, UTEP looking to make it a 3-score ball game as we enter the 4th quarter. Here's Metz, throws over the middle, and he's intercepted. To Quan Clay with the interception, and Baltimore State has new life now. Clay able to cut inside and make a huge interception to give Baltimore State the football back. But can their offense do anything to get the ball moving? 2nd and 6. They try to screen again, and again it doesn't work. Harewood makes the catch, but he's brought down for a loss of 4. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Jones in the shotgun again. He drops back. He gets rid of it over the middle to Duncan, and Duncan well short of the 1st down marker. Does get about 7 yards, and it's 4th and 4, and Baltimore State going to go for it. There's under 7 minutes to go. They're down 2 scores. They got to get something going. As Jones throws right side, finds Seymour. Seymour up the right sideline down to about the 45-yard line, and a big 1st down for the running back, Josh Seymour. It's been pretty quiet in this game outside of the 1 touchdown he has. Now it's a 2nd and 11. They run the counter. Seymour up the right side. Doesn't get very far, though. Gets about 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Desperately need to convert this 3rd down with under 6 minutes to go. Jones goes right side, nearly intercepted by Peter Brown, but he just swats it down. Check my description for my SoundCloud link, and that's going to bring up another 4th down. Baltimore State going to go for it again. Here's Jones. Hit as he throws, and he finds Harewood down the right side. 14-yard gain and another 1st down, another 4th down conversion. And Baltimore State now inside the 40. They looking to score. Here's Jones. Throws left side, finds Seymour. Seymour gets about 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 5. They go no huddle. Under 5 minutes to go now. Jones back to pass, rolls right. He's going to find Duncan, and there's Duncan at the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Stallions. Shadarius Duncan takes the ball from about the 25-yard line, it looked like, all the way to the end zone. Yeah, right there, catches about the 24, then takes it the rest of the way, making a nice little move right there. And he's able to get into the end zone. Now it's a 17-14 game. Now, Baltimore State does just kick it deep. I mean, there's plenty of time to make a stop here. Here's the handoff to Hughes on 2nd and 10. Up the left side, and a huge gain for him in a 1st down. As UTEP just looks to continue to run the clock. Matt's going to hand it off again to Hughes. Hughes up the right side, breaks a tackle, and he's just shy of the 1st down marker. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. almost over 200 yards for Hughes. As Metz drops back, he throws left side to a wide open Terry Janelle up to about the 39-yard line of Baltimore State. So UTEP trying to get some more points on the board. And now under a minute 30 to go. 1st and 10. Metz in the pistol. He's going to hand it off to Quadreus Wadley this time. And Wadley gets himself a 1st down. Baltimore State just cannot stop the run on this drive. And they need to stop really badly as UTEP is running down the play clock now. And it's a 1st and 10. Metz going to throw right side, finds Senegal. Senegal makes the catch at the 7-yard line for the 1st down. And now it's 1st and goal to go for UTEP as they continue to run the clock down. 1st and goal, handoff to Hughes. Hughes breaks the tackle down at about the 6-yard line. And Baltimore State going to use their first timeout. 2nd and goal, Metz in the shotgun. Senegal moves inside on motion. Metz gonna scramble. He was gonna throw, and he's finally brought down for a sack. That's gonna be Lynn Collier on the sack, and Baltimore State takes another timeout. So now 3rd and goal from the 9. Metz drops back. He's gonna throw the screen, and he's intercepted. Russell Sands with the interception. He read that screen all the way, and UTEP comes away with no points on the drive. Baltimore State gets a critical interception at this point in the game by their defensive end, no less. So now Baltimore State has the ball at about the 19-yard line. 2 minutes to go, 1 timeout remaining. They're down by 3. Here's Seymour on the carry on 1st and 10. He's going to get about 6 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 4 as Baltimore State goes no huddle. Now in a 2-back set in the shotgun. And Seymour gets the handoff up the middle, and he's able to get the 1st down. Able to stop the clock as well. And Baltimore State just goes into a huddle real quick. And they get the play out now. It's a 1st and 10. Jones has plenty of time. Throws over the middle and nearly intercepted. So another bad decision by Franklin Jones. Nearly cost Baltimore State pretty much the game at that point. But instead, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Baltimore State comes out with 4 receivers. Here's Jones back to pass. Goes offside to Duncan, and Duncan makes the catch for the 1st down. Up to about the 44-yard line as Baltimore State gets out of the huddle again. They're making pretty good time. They have plenty of time to get down the field as Jones fakes it. He's looking for Duncan, who has a step on his man. Duncan makes the catch, and he has himself a touchdown. And Baltimore State takes the lead after trailing for almost the entire game with just over a minute to go. Baltimore State finally takes their first lead of the game thanks to Jadarius Duncan, who was able to burn both the safety and the corner on that play. And now Baltimore State just has to hold UTEP off for a minute. Looking at the yards by half, Baltimore State definitely a huge difference in the second half from the first, as they almost triple their total from the first half in the second half. So now UTEP in uncharted territories for this game as Reddix makes the catch. UTEP now has to score a touchdown on this drive to take the lead and win the game. But can they do it? Here's Metz on 2nd and 2, and he finds Thomas over the middle for a 12-yard gain in the 1st down. And UTEP, they've kind of struggled in the second half. After a 14-0 lead, they've only scored 3 points. They're now scored 21-3 in the second half as Brad Brown nearly intercepts the game. That would have sealed it. UTEP only has 1 timeout remaining. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Metz drops back again, looking deep to the right side. Same receiver again, and Brown nearly intercepts it again. Brown has to catch that one because that will put the game away. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 now. Metz back to pass. Throws it to the same receiver, and the same result. Brown nearly intercepts it again. Has to get his hands on that football. This is the last chance for UTEP. 4th and 10. Metz back to pass. Throws over the middle to a wide open Terry Janelle. And Janelle gets himself a 1st down with 35 seconds to go. UTEP going to hurry to the line. So 1st and 10. Metz back to pass. He's going to throw right side to Janelle again, and Janelle not going to get the first this time. The clock continues to move, and UTEP is going to have to clock it with about 16 seconds to go. And now 3rd and 3, 16 seconds to go, 1 timeout remaining. Here's Metz. He's under pressure, and he's sacked. Kevin Hodges brings him down. And now the clock continues to run. It's a 4th and 12. So as you guys saw, UTEP decided that they weren't going to call a timeout. So I decided to call a timeout for them. They did have a timeout left, but they didn't want to use it for God knows what reason. So I used a timeout at 1 second. I don't really know why in NCAA in that situation they don't use their timeouts. I think this might be the first time it's ever happened to me, but I thought it was weird. So wanting a realistic game, I just called a timeout for them. So that's the explanation for why Baltimore State has no timeouts, just in case anybody noticed. Now back to the game. UTEP has one more chance to take the lead and get the victory. Down 21-17, 1 second left. It's a 4th and 12. Metz back to pass. He has time, throws deep, short of the end zone, and is swatted away. And Baltimore State survives UTEP. They win the game 21-17 after trailing for the majority of this football game. And wow, Baltimore State got away with them. Oh no! What would have been an embarrassing loss. After a terrible first half, they got it together in the second and were able to get the victory. But geez, Baltimore State definitely got exposed in this game. There's no two ways about it. They just straight up got exposed. But they do get a bye week next week, so they have time to really fix what's wrong with them. And that's, pass blocking is bad. The run game isn't really consistent, at least as consistent as it should be. And defensively, they just can't stop the run. They've done a terrible job this year of stopping the run. And how they're 5-1 is really beyond me at this point. But they survive UTEP today, and they make it out of the first half of their season 5-1. And not really sure, I don't remember off the top of my head who their next opponent is. But they get a bye this week. They'll do some more recruiting this week. Maybe I'll put out a recruiting video as well. We'll have to see. But they got to stop the run a lot better than they did. And even in the past, like in the secondary has to do a better job of defending the pass as well. But they're getting pretty good pressure. That's one positive you can say about the defense. And offensively, when they are clicking, they are really clicking. But they just have to be more consistent. That's all it is. So once again, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub button. And I encourage everybody to hit the bell, be a part of the notification gang. That way you guys get my videos a lot quicker as soon as I drop them. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, leave questions in the comment section. I want to have a big Week 8 preview since we have no game. So send those questions in, guys, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching this. I'm out of here. Deuces.